We are back. We have with us Kelly Monteith, Barbara Hauer, Susan Clark. And for our next guest animal, we'll see what Joan has for us. Oh, I hear the oohs and ahs, but I don't know. Looks like the thing is set in the back of a car that sits in that. That is a bird with a very big beak.
Yes.
Is that a hornbill?
He knows how to use it. It is a hornbill, and I guess it was about a year or two ago we had the Abyssinian ground hornbill, Charlie, that came out. It was one of the first hornbills to reproduce in captivity. And this is another type of hornbill, the Celanese.
Look at the size of the bill on that.
Very colorful.
Is that a weapon?
Has he had dinner?
Now, that could be a weapon. Now, this one has been hand-raised, and he's pretty good. And when he gets a little excited, he'll use it.
Well, I don't want to get him excited.
He's pretty good, actually.
Where's he from?
He's from Ceylon, and they come from Asia, Africa, and India.
No, he has a hold of your finger there.
Yes. Now, actually, he has a pretty good bite with his bill, but he's more dangerous in that you notice how sharp it is. If he turns and he jabs you with it, that smarts a little.
What is the other type of thing on top of the bill?
The top of the bill, that's called their casque.
Mm-hmm.
And the casques can be carved quite ornately and have been. Unfortunately, the birds
it's really beautiful.
have to be destroyed for that.
I mean, the face and the coloring around the eyes.
It looks like he has eyeshadow. Beautiful long eyelashes. And these birds are quite large. They range up to 5 feet in length for the largest giant hornbills.
It's a good name for them.
They have a...
I suppose that's when the first guy saw that. Says, hey, look at that big hornbill. The guy's name was Bill. And he said, hey, Bill, look at the horn. I said, good name for them, hornbill.
Right behind us, we have a picture of what they can do in the carving. Some jewelry stores do sell them.
Well, isn't that kind of a shame to do that, though?
Yes, in a way. It
well,
is.
That to me, you see, that doesn't appeal to me. Somebody obviously has
but many animals
killed the bird, you see, and then they take the bill and carve something like that out of its head.
Now, we have the same...
that just does not appeal to me at all.
We have the same problems with elephants.
You see, look what they've done, you see. It's
with their ivory.
Beautiful bird like that, and you kill them just so somebody can set something like that on their desk. That's ridiculous. Those times ought to be through.
Well,
when people do that.
There's quite a bit of legislation that protects most of our
See,
animals.
if people wouldn't
now.
buy those things, the people themselves could, around the world, if they wouldn't buy sealskin coats, if they wouldn't buy certain things where they use whale products, you could stop all that kind of business immediately, or even ivory now. People shouldn't buy things made of ivory.
Now, ivory is illegal.
I know, but they shouldn't do it. And as long as there's a market for it. See, the poachers... I know it's illegal in this country, but the poachers will keep poaching as long as people go out and say, I want to... As long as there's a market, and all the people have to do is quit buying it, and they'll stop all that ridiculous business. Is this something for him to eat? I saw a tray of food here.
Yes, we'll put it up here. Now, he loves strawberries.
You got strawberries, just like you got orange, little meat, whatever?
Worms and crickets, and here we have bananas. I don't know if he'll eat because I'm holding him. Are you hungry? Huh? Would you like something?
I'm not going to hand feed him, I will tell you that.
Here, do you want something? He's usually a pretty good... There you go. Oh, boy, that's good stuff. Well, he usually throws it to the back of his throat, so, I might have a hard time eating him the way we're holding him here. Would you like that? You take my finger, huh?
How could he see it?
Well, you notice how he turns his head. Now, their beak is useful, and the length of it, because of their weight, they can't get all the way to the end of the limb where the fruit is found, so that long beak aids them.
Oh, I see.
In
well, it's a different situation for him to eat here.
Yeah.
Okay, he's very pretty. He or she?
He. Now, one of the interesting things about this bird is that the male barricades the female into a nest where she lives.
I saw that on a documentary, the National Geographic, and then muds up the entire...
Completely.
Muds her up while the eggs hatch, then the male goes out and gets the food, and they're in there for what, 3, 4, 5 months?
Well, they're in there for at least 2 months because the incubation is about 4 weeks, and then it's another 4 weeks until the birds have gained their feathers.
But they wall up the whole hole and seal them in there.
Right. Now, the male brings the food to the female until she's able to leave the nest.
That's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is.
Nice bird.
Thank you.
What do you call that one? Is there a name for them, or do they
Well,
No.
he was donated from a man who raised him as a pet in Texas, and we haven't named him yet.
All right.
But,
How about Tex?
He'll be part of our education program. All right, we'll name him.
What else would you call
We'll
a
name
bird?
him that.
Okay. All right. Coming up next on our shoe here. All right, that's... Now that we've seen the dancing bear coming up... Well, since Ed Sullivan is gone, we got to keep the animal thing alive. Wouldn't you love to put them in a baby carriage and then cover it and walk down the street and...
We do.
So they're all covered, and then someone come, may I see? And then just pull that back and have those two things.
And they're very surprised.
Now, those aren't chimps, are they? Those are,
These are orangutans, and this is really a very special occasion to have twins. These are twins. And they are...
Oh, excuse me, I don't mean to laugh at your face. It's a very sweet face. It really is. Look at that face.
Very strong.
Very strong for their age, aren't they? Yes.
They like to pull hair,
Oh, look at that.
and they're about 5 months old.
Right.
And they weighed about
that
3.5
face.
pounds when they were born. It's only the 7th time that twins have ever been recorded with
Were they
orangutan
both the same
birds.
sex?
No, this is a female. But she has bows in her hair.
Oh, well. I didn't notice
Can't
that.
you tell? And a dress.
What's this one's name?
That's Locke, and this is Lisa.
That's Lisa, and this is...
Locke.
Look at the face. I think I'm in love.
I think he is.
It's that face is so human when they look at you.
They are
You look
very
into their
human.
eyes.
You really get attached to them. They are so special and so very intelligent, and for their age, very coordinated, much more so than a human
Now,
child.
orangutans are basically tree-dwelling animals, aren't they?
Almost totally arboreal.
Yeah, they very seldom come to the ground.
Right, and they build nests where they sleep at night, and they spend most of their time way up in the trees,
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons for their decline, because many of the forests are being cut down. They are endangered, and there are less than 4,000 of them in the wild.
Now, these will become fairly large, won't they?
Right, the males in captivity have grown up to 300 pounds. In the wild, they range about 200. The females about 160, so somewhat smaller than the male. They were born from a female, which we raised in our children's zoo.
Turn around. That's it. That's it. That's all right. There we are. He looked right at me and went... Oh, they're adorable.
They're very uninhibited.
Oh.
I think he'd go home with you. Actually,
Oh.
sometimes they're very picky about people that they'll go to.
Oh.
They only accept...
Oh, they have strong little hands, don't they?
And wait till they're a
Very
couple
strong
years
little
old.
hands. He's real cute. Very strong little hands. You know, he could hang from my hair. Look, I don't even have him holding him.
Now, see,
He's hanging just from the hair.
that's very important in the wild because that could save their life. They have to hang on to the female or a tree.
Well, you've got a nice start on life. Okay, you have to go back now. Bye-bye.
And you notice how
Bye-bye.
long the arms are. They're considerably longer than the legs. They use those like hooks in the trees. And
Can he see me? I mean,
Oh, yes. Oh, sure. And he'll laugh. If you laugh at him, he'll usually laugh. Will he laugh for you?
Okay, you're all choked up about this. Same to you. Oh, they're great. Thank you, Joni. I'm sorry to give him back, huh? I'm sorry to give him back.
But you wouldn't be in about 8 years.
No,
He could pick you up and carry you off stage.
Hey, thanks for coming again, really. It's always great fun. When you show up. Could you bring them back when they're a little older?
Sure, we will.
Maybe a few months when they grow up a little bit?
We will.
Before they really become,
Too strong.
Too strong?
Handle. Sure, we will.
Okay, thank you, Joan.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, God.
That look. That look.
That look he laid on me. Gee. Crack up time. We'll take a break. We'll be right. Stan Laurel, yeah. We'll be right back.